There comes a moment on every journey when strength is no longer enough, when courage is no longer enough, when even wisdom reveals its limits. You have crossed forests, you have confronted dragons, you have entered the kingdom of your own psyche. And now, something strange begins to happen. You start noticing patterns, connections, invisible currents beneath visible events, and that is where our road continues today. Welcome back to the road of the psyche, a place for travelers, for seekers, for those who suspect there is more beneath the surface of reality than they were ever told. Today, we begin a new season, a season about power, knowledge, and shadow. And our guide into this new territory is a mysterious figure, the magician. The morning mist hangs low over the road. An old military jeep moves slowly through the countryside. Behind the wheel sits a familiar traveler. His hat shades his face. His eyes remain fixed on the road ahead. It is Carl Jung. He smiles gently, then speaks. The hero seeks victory. The king seeks order. But the magician seeks understanding. The hero asks, "How do I overcome?" The king asks, "How do I govern?" The magician asks a far more dangerous question. What is really happening here? The jeep continues forward. Mountains appear in the distance. Ancient ruins emerge beside the road. And suddenly the landscape begins to change. Because we are entering the realm of hidden forces. Jung believed that human beings do not live only in the visible world. We live in two worlds simultaneously. The world of facts and the world of meanings. The world of objects and the world of symbols. The world outside and the world within. The magician is the archetype that stands between these worlds. He is the bridge, the translator, the one who sees connections others overlook. While ordinary people see events, the magician sees causes. While others see coincidence, the magician searches for patterns. While others react, the magician observes. And through observation comes transformation. When most people hear the word magician, they imagine fantasy, spells, wands, miracles. But Jung saw something deeper, much deeper. He found it among the alchemists, those mysterious figures who spent centuries trying to transform lead into gold. At first glance, they appeared obsessed with chemistry, but Jung believed they were unknowingly documenting an inner transformation. The lead was not merely metal, it was the unrefined human soul, and gold represented psychological wholeness, individuation, the completion of one's deepest potential. The alchemist worked in a laboratory, but the true laboratory was the psyche itself. And in many ways, every person walking this road is an alchemist, trying to transform confusion into understanding, fear into courage, and suffering into wisdom. The magician understands something the hero often forgets. Knowledge is power, but power without wisdom becomes dangerous. The ability to influence people, the ability to understand emotions, the ability to recognize hidden motivations, all of these can heal, or manipulate, build, or destroy. This is why the magician is never a simple archetype. His gifts carry responsibility, because the more clearly you see invisible forces, the greater your influence becomes. Rasputin, the dark magician. The jeep slows. Jung points toward the horizon. A figure emerges from history, one of the most controversial men who ever lived. Rasputin. Born as a peasant, he rose through intuition, charisma, mystery, and psychological influence. He gained extraordinary access to the Russian royal family. Many believed he possessed spiritual gifts. Others believed he was a manipulator. Perhaps he was both. What matters for our story is not separating myth from fact. It is understanding the archetype behind the man. Rasputin demonstrated how knowledge of human psychology can become influence, and how influence can become power. The magician's light can illuminate, but it can also cast long shadows, and every gift carries this dual possibility. This is why Jung warned against unconscious power, because when we do not understand our own motives, we become vulnerable to forces within ourselves. The magician, within. The magician is not only found in ancient laboratories, or royal courts, or mystical legends. He appears every time you begin asking deeper questions. Why do I repeat the same patterns? Why do certain people affect me so strongly? Why do some fears refuse to disappear? Why do certain dreams remain unforgettable? The moment you stop accepting appearances, the magician awakens, not to give answers, but to teach you how to seek them. The road becomes quiet. The jeep reaches the top of a hill. The world stretches endlessly below. Jung turns toward us. For a moment, he says nothing. Then he speaks softly. The greatest mysteries are not hidden in distant lands. They are hidden within ourselves, and every discovery comes with a price, because every truth reveals another truth waiting behind it. And now, something begins to move at the edge of the road. A shape, a silhouette, not yet fully visible, not yet understood, but waiting, patiently, as it always has. The magician has shown us that invisible forces exist, that hidden patterns shape our lives, that transformation is possible. But if we continue this journey, we must eventually confront the greatest hidden force of all, the one living inside every human being, the one Jung called the shadow. If this road has helped you see something differently today, leave a comment below. Tell us, what hidden force has shaped your life the most? A belief, a fear, a dream? Join the travelers who continue this journey together. Subscribe to the Road of the Psyche, because this road is long, and we have only just entered deeper territory. In our next episode, we will meet the figure standing at the edge of every transformation. The figure most people spend their lives avoiding, the shadow. And until then, keep walking, keep observing, keep transforming, because the road beneath your feet is also the road within your soul.